Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday's reading. Of course, you know me as Stan the Shadow Seeker, and we are going to dive straight into Monday's reading. I am once again using the new Oracle cards that I have, the Energy Oracle deck, and we just won't waste any time. We are just going to start off with three direct messages here from Spirit. And so, we have the door to personal healing and happiness in the upright position. We have adjacent possibilities upright. And then we also have rest and rejuvenation reversed. So, what the collective is stepping into is this is a threshold where emotional healing, inner clarity, and newfound levels of peace are really becoming available to you right now. So, this door hasn't been forced open in any particular way. It's open because many people in the collective are finally aligned enough to walk through this particular door. So, your healing is not ahead of you anymore. It's actually finally here. And with adjacent possibilities, there are just multiple directions. There's multiple timelines. There's multiple opportunities that are now available to you. So there's new connections forming. There's new perspectives, new lifestyles, new spiritual levels for those of you that are very spiritually attuned, new choices. In many different aspects of your life, it feels like I'm trying to get really specific here, but it feels as if this is energy that isn't necessarily scattered, but it's just not very specific enough. So maybe we can get very specific once we switch to the tarot. But yes, I'm definitely feeling like for many of you, there are so many different possibilities or new realms that are available to you now. And it's only available because you've done some sort of inner work. You've done the shadow work. You've done something that has allowed spirit to present so many different opportunities for you because it was working for you this whole time, not against you. And you've actually surrendered and you're allowing all of this to come in. But with the rest and rejuvenation card being reversed, this actually feels like a thread of energy here where it actually feels like in order to fully receive these particular things that we're talking about, that we're discussing about, stillness is actually still required. So there is this level of energy where someone is sort of blocking their blessings in a sense. Someone's energy actually is still a little scattered. There is this draining type of energy that I'm feeling. So this could be external, but it primarily feels internal. It almost feels as if someone is in disbelief that something that looks like a blessing could actually really happen for them in the 3D. But Spirit is really saying the time is now. You're in the present moment. You're actually aligning with your highest good in the present moment. So you actually are allowing these things to flourish for you or come in the particular way that you wanted them to come in, that you wanted them to be manifested. But this doesn't still excuse the fact that I'm sensing that there are some people that are still very mentally exhausted or they're overstimulated in certain aspects of their life. It feels primarily spiritual. And so, because of that, it is coming in many different aspects of your mental being overstimulated, your belief in something where it's like you're seeking some sort of answer to something and you're kind of looking all over the place in a sense. Like I'm kind of visualizing, and this really could be literal for some people, where it's like you're in a library or you're surrounded in some sort of space where it's like you're looking for all this esoteric knowledge to something, or you're seeking the answer to a particular something that is truly triggering you right now. And triggering may not be the right word that I'm, trying to use here, but it just feels like you're overwhelmed about something because it's like you're not fully trusting your intuition. You're not fully aligning to what it is that you know intuitively is coming in for you. So, this definitely is a time where you really should be mindful of your mindfulness practices for those of you that actually do any sort of mindfulness exercises or practices that keep you grounded, that keep you secure and safe in the 3D, whether that's yoga, whether that's meditating, getting out in nature, that sort of thing. So now this energy actually feels really clear to me. It's really this pressure type of energy where it feels like you're really conflicted about making the right decision. And so again, this is definitely where you have to center yourself and you have to be able to trust in divine timing, trust in the process, trust that the universe is working for you, not against you, and that you will make the right decision for you. Because we all have free will, we all are able to create the life that we desire. Now, we're switching into the tarot, and so drawing the 3 cards here. Okay, we have the Sun card reversed, and we have the 5 of Swords in the upright position, and we have the Chariot reversed. I have not seen the Chariot in a while. So, yeah, it's like many of you are still not seeing things clearly. There's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of clouded judgment. Something really feels off or aligned for you, something feels overshadowed. And it's like your optimism is dimmed in a certain sense when it comes to making this right decision, whatever this right decision may look like for you. And with the 5 of Swords, there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of egoic clashes, but this feels really internal. It doesn't really feel external. So there's a lot of like internal battles, there's a lot of lingering resentment for something. And there's a lot of self sabotaging behaviors. But I feel like this is really, again, which I feel like this kind of connects with the previous reading, where it feels like, this self sabotaging behavior, like it feels really like subconscious, like you're not fully aware, like of what you're doing in a sense where you're preventing a blessing from coming forward, is what this feels like. So, yeah, it just feels like there's a lot of mental warfare in a sense, a mental conflict. And so with the Chariot, this is causing a lot of lack of direction, a lot of emotional imbalance, a lot of scattered focus, scattered energy, trying too hard, to control a certain outcome is what this feels like. So a lot of this momentum feels, forced or blocked. And it's not meant to be right now. It's meant for you to surrender. It's meant for you to allow things to progress naturally. And so for many of you, things are going to seem like they're progressing more forward, so to speak, because some of you are like really more like attuned or more awake than others. Not saying that like you're at like a different level, but it's like the way that you're surrendering, the way that you're allowing these things to happen in the 3D, it's because you really trust the process. And then some of you are like halfway there, where it's like you sort of semi trust, but then it's like something comes in and it feels really internal that is blocking that trust. And so it kind of causes you to be in this loop or this cycle where it's like, you want to trust, but then you have a hard time doing that because you're just so used to things not really going your way, is what that feels like. And that type of energy can be really draining. It could be really heavy. And some of this feels even karmic in a sense, but I don't believe that this is necessarily karmic, as if like this is like some sort of divine punishment in a sense, but it's just more like the type of energy of you like ignoring certain signs or synchronicities or ignoring being able to really be like in the flow state of things is what this feels like. It's almost really hard to articulate in a sense. So I'm just really sensing that for many of you, like you might be having some throat chakra issues or other chakra centers might be blocked, like the solar plexus, the root chakra. Those chakra centers might be really blocked right now. So, based on this current energy, let's see. We're shuffling the tarot. Let's just see what happens just based on this current energy, seeing exactly what Spirit has to say on what the path forward looks like. Okay, so I'm drawing 3 cards. We have the 10 of Cups in the upright position. We have the 9 of Pentacles upright, and wow, we have the beautiful energy of the 2 of Cups. So, and this is in the upright position. So, there's a lot of peace, there's a lot of unity, there's a lot of healing, emotional fulfillment. There's a lot of emotional alignment within yourself. And so, this actually expands into other relationship centers in your life. And so your self confidence returns, self sufficiency, personal mastery, all of that returns. You feel really empowered, really grounded. And a lot of internal clarity comes with an aligned connection. So for some of you, this may be romantic, but a lot of you, this is going to be platonic or spiritual, or really you merging together with your divine masculine, divine feminine archetypes. But there's equal exchange, there's equal partnership. So for many of you, your external relationships are going to improve when your internal world becomes peaceful again. So that's a very, very positive thing for many of you. And this is based off of this current energy. So really, there is happiness on the other side. It's just, I feel it's going to take some time. I really do feel like it's really going to take just a little bit of effort on your part to really align with the universe, to really just let the universe do its thing, so to speak, and to allow a lot of this flourishing energy to come through. Because you're really there, you're really at the threshold of that door. And it's like the door is opening, literally. Like I can visualize that for you, but it's like you're doubting something. You're doubting this type of flourishing energy for most of you. Okay, so advice from Spirit about everything that we have been discussing here in this reading. And I do feel like this is actually really the end right here. So I'm not sure if many of you have been enjoying smaller readings, but I do feel like a lot of what's been coming through in the past several readings have been really direct. So I know that we haven't really been diving deep, so to speak, but I just feel like the messages are coming so clear and so direct that I do feel like it's really going to connect for many of you in the collective. But the advice we have here from Spirit is the Fool reversed, which we haven't seen that card in a while, the King of Wands in the upright position, and then we also have the Nine of Cups in the upright position. So Spirit is saying here with these 3 cards that it's really imperative to slow down. Don't act on impulses or inner desires or emotionally charged decisions at this time. So this is definitely a time to avoid reckless choices, taking a deep breath before deciding anything major, not really jumping into, for those of you that are really relationship centered, not jumping into new relationships or commitments out of like a strong emotional reaction. And this is definitely this energy of resisting the urge to run towards something out of fear of loneliness. And I feel like that's going to connect for, again, the ones that are more relationship prone or relationship centered. So it's like not leaping into anything right now that is just going to not really be aligned for you. at the present moment. So this is definitely you really trusting your intuition. And with the other cards here, with that king, this is the energy of confidence without ego. This is the energy of self respect, the energy of passion that's guided and not scattered, not chaotic. So, this is someone that really knows what they want and they move really deliberately and not reactively. And so, this is where spirit wants you to be at the present moment. They want you to really reflect more like this King of Wands here, because the King of Wands, very much like the Queen, they know what they want. They're so, energy driven, but it's like they really embody this energy of feeling so confident in themselves, knowing exactly what they want, knowing exactly how to get it. But it's this energy of moving deliberate. It's not the energy of moving scattered or moving in a way that is against their highest good. So essentially, this is the energy of operating from wholeness, is what we're talking about here, embodying being whole. And with that Nine of Cups energy here, so this is definitely very direct. Spirit is really saying that once you slow down, once you act with clarity and you lead your life with intention, that the emotional fulfillment that you're seeking for many of you, it's going to come to you very naturally. A lot of what you are manifesting that's deeply desired is going to come to you. So whether that is more happiness or joy or fulfillment within yourself, within an external relationship, all of that is going to be manifested once you really do some more work, essentially, more shadow work or more energy clearing or grounding. And it's really this beautiful energy because this is really the wish fulfillment card. So it's really like a peaceful, serene type of energy that I'm sensing in this reading now that we're at the end here. And it does feel really fulfilling. It feels really bountiful, so to speak. And I just don't see anything or feel anything that is really compromising here, because you do have it in you to choose your highest potential. And I do see for many of you, you will be doing just that. So this is where we're definitely going to end the reading. And we are going to end it with a oracle card. So I'm shuffling that deck and we will see what the final message is from spirit. But I do feel like it's going to be very direct. Okay, we have two cards that came out. We have the Explorer of Possibilities, and the other card says First Breath. So the first card says, you are opening to new ways of acting, learning through experience. Curiosity is your greatest ally now. Try, fail, learn, repeat. And the other card says, you are entering a new realm of emotional experience. Fresh feelings rise like a first breath after sleep. Allow yourself to feel fully without judgment. All right, so that is where we will conclude the reading here. I want to thank everyone for extending their high, beautiful vibrational energy, helping to co-create the messages here. I do hope everyone is enjoying the new posting schedule, and I also hope everyone had a wonderful holiday weekend, since we just recently celebrated Thanksgiving, for those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving. And it's really so hard to believe that this is the first video for December and we are almost at the end of 2025. So that is really, really significant here. But I definitely am sending lots of love, light, and happiness to the collective. And I will see you in the next reading.